大家好, welcome back to Edupedia World Videos. We are now at lesson 20.4, which we will cover some fun facts about Mandarin language. So in the previous lesson, you have done 2 lessons of tests, which we covered listening, speaking, reading, and writing. There's a lot of work, a lot of things that use your brain. So now let's be relaxed and I'll talk about some fun facts about Mandarin Chinese. And one of which is a one-syllable article. I'll explain that later. And also the multiple meaning for a simple text. Similar thing may happen in English, but in Chinese, it's a lot more interesting. Let's get started. Okay, the first one I want to share with you is the story of Stone Grotto poet, which he was eating lion. In Mandarin, it is, listen carefully, 时事, 诗事, 时诗史. Okay, you heard it right. It is all the syllable of 诗. Okay, this is the title of the article. And of course, in the article, you guess what it's like. Okay, so this is written by Yuan Renchao in the United States, and the article is in classical Chinese. So you wouldn't understand it fully unless you really follow, you really learn Mandarin Chinese for a long time and you are really deepening your knowledge about Chinese. It's a lot of work. Even native speaker wouldn't do it well. It's like the old English in the English language. So it's difficult to understand, but if you put more effort in it, you may understand it. So this article is written in the 1930s. It's an article of 92 characters, pronounced with the same syllables but different tones. Okay, so you can see the tone, the syllable is 是. Okay, and it has different tones, the 4 tones in Mandarin. So it can become a tongue twister for everyone. You will definitely know how to pronounce each tone so it makes sense. And it is only with that it is accurate. Okay, so this article is to show you that, well, in Chinese we do have limited syllable. As you have learned in the first few lessons, there's limited combination of each syllable. So that's why it's easy to construct an article like this that contains only one syllable, especially when it's in classical Chinese, because things are rather shortened and some words, and it is not as wordy as the modern Chinese that we are learning today. Okay, so without further ado, so let's take a look at the article. You may not understand it as a whole, but I'm just gonna read it out to you so you'll understand this fun fact. Okay, so here comes the whole article. So the first paragraph is 时事诗事诗事事诗是时时诗诗事时时事事是诗. Okay, so it's like a gibberish of different tones with the single syllables, but this whole sentence, it means a poet whose surname is Shi. Okay, so you know Shi, it is a surname, live in a stone room. Okay, he is very fond of lions he swore that he would eat 10 lions. So within this sentence, you will know which one is 10, okay? You know 10 is 10, so that's what I pronounce in there. And then he went to the market to look for lions from time to time. So 时 is like always, okay? It is also time to time, okay? You have learned that 时间 is time. So to say 时 with the first word of 时间, it means from time to time. So let's go to the next paragraph. 时是实施事实是事实是失事是是失事是实施是使是使是实施是是是实是实施施是实是 Okay, again, it's shi of different tones, but in Mandarin, it means, in English, it means at 10 o'clock, okay? 时, you know that 时 is 10, 时 is 时间, so 时 is 时间, which means time. 时, it means 10 o'clock. 10 lions came to the market, so you know the market is 市, okay? You have learned that 市集 is the market, so the 市 here means the market, okay? That's something you have learned, okay? 事实, so the starting of the two words. So 是, you know that this word is the verb to be, which is are or am. But in this context, it means this. So in classical Chinese, we have different usage of the same words. But in modern Mandarin, we don't use it in this way. So 事实 is this time. Mr. Shi went to the market. He saw the 10 lions. He used his arrows to kill the 10 lions. Mr. Shi picked up the corpse of the 10 lions and took them to his stone grotto. So this is the last paragraph. I'm just going to read out for you. 时是诗，诗是史是是时是，时是是，诗是史是时时诗诗时时史是实施时时时诗诗是是是是 Okay, so that's the end of everything. So let me just read out the whole thing in English for you. So 时is a stone grotto was damp. So you have learned that 是 is in 潮湿. You have learned that 湿 is in 潮湿, which means damp. So this word is also used as in damp as well, okay? Damp or wet, okay? So Mr. Shi ordered a servant to wipe the stone grotto. When the stone grotto was being wiped, Mr. Shi began to try eating the 10 lion corpse. As he's eating, he began to realize that the 10 lion corpse were in fact 10 stone lions. Try to explain this matter. Okay? So the last two words over there, 是, you have learned these two words. So 是, as I said, it is used as this, and then 是 it means happening or event. So which is part of the sentence. Try to explain this event, what is actually happening. So I hope you find it interesting. So although it's pronounced as sh only with different tones, but it makes sense as a whole story. Okay, so not only this, but we have many more one-syllable articles. Okay, the one I've just read to you is the first ever article. Okay, so here are the list of one-syllable articles. So let me read out to you. 直,智,智 by He Yuan Wai. So you have learned that 侄子 you have learned that 侄子 is nephew. So it's the same first word that you have known. So you have known what the first word is. So the whole article title, it means the article title is The Nephew Who Treats Hemorrhoids. So you can imagine that the whole article is gonna be about the syllable 知, okay, but with different tones. Alright, so here are more of the titles. Yi, Yi, Yi. Okay, it means the legendary archer's descendant. And then the next one, Yi, 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 Yi. It means suspecting the physician of losing gold. The fourth one, Yi, 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 Yi. It means Auntie Yi's pancreatic cure. You have learned the third word as cure, as in 医生, which means the person who cures. Okay, so that's why in the title you have cure there, while you have another word cure over the Chinese sentence. Next one is 鱼鱼, yu yu. So 鱼鱼 is the name of a person. So the first word is actually a surname, okay, the family name of the person. Second last is si si si. The article title in English is Si Who Plays with Rhinoceros. Okay, so Si is a person's name. Lastly is Ji 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 Ji. Okay, it means the narration on starving chickens assembly at a rift. Okay, so the title, it all look very funny, but in essence it's just wanna have fun with the one-syllable articles with many tones in between. Okay, I hope you are entertained, and the next one I'm gonna talk about the same sentence which have many different meanings. Okay, the first one is in 夏天能穿多少就穿多少. In English, the translation would be, in summer, wear as few as you can. Okay, so you can derive that 穿, it means wear. But another way of saying it, 冬天能穿多少就穿多少. In English, the translation would be, in winter, wear as much as you can. Okay, it may look mind-boggling to you to see why in summer, why the two sentences, the only difference is the first word, and it's drastically different. One is in summer, one is in winter, but we all understand in Mandarin what we want to say. Okay, so in the first sentence, when we say 多少, okay, is to say the focus is in the 少. Okay, so to say 多少 is like as few as possible. So in some other context, you may say it as 有多大就有多大. In that sense, like as big as it can be. Okay, so in this sentence, it means as few as you can. Okay, and the last one is 多少 that is as a phrase. In another sentence, you can say 你能做多少就做多少, which means you do as much as you can. It's like you do how much. If you can do how much, then you do how much. The two 多少 has the same quantity. So that's why when we say 冬天能穿多少就穿多少. In winter, if you can wear this much, just wear this much. Okay? In other words, it means wear as much as you can. The other one is 喜欢上一个人 has at least 4 meaning, but I'm not going to explain all. So the first meaning is like a person. It's like 喜欢上 is like, 一个 is a, 人 is person. The next meaning is like the previous person. 喜欢 like 上一个 the previous. Remember, you have learned that 上一个 as in 上个星期, which means last week. So 上一个 also means previous. Okay? And 人, of course, person, same thing. The last one is 喜欢上 like 一个人 being alone. Okay? So 一个人 it also means being alone. Okay, for example, if I want to say I'm alone now, you can say 我现在一个人. That's why 喜欢上一个人 it has many different meanings. Okay, it can be confusing to some, but sometimes we like making fun of this. So I hope you enjoy these lessons. It's just for you to have a feel about Mandarin Chinese, have something to tell about as you are learning Mandarin Chinese and following my lessons. So in this lesson, I have covered the many one-syllable articles title and open your eyes on the possibility of Mandarin Chinese. Okay, and I also gave you some examples of single sentence which has different meanings. I know in English you have a similar one, like you can have 8 buffaloes in one row. So it's like buffalo, 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 buffalo. But it makes sense. Okay, so that's the fun part of English, but in Mandarin Chinese, we do have a lot more fun with this. Okay, so I hope you're entertained and is relaxed about what you have done so far. So next up, I'm gonna continue dialogues on sports. So you can talk a bit about your hobby, and so you have more topics to talk about. Okay? So I hope you are excited on the next lesson. I'll see you there. Thanks again for watching. 谢谢，再见。